Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's enjoying the day. We're dealing with whatever they're dealing with as far as their businesses go. So I wanted to come on and have a conversation about what is kind of going on, and it's time that the fitness industry and people who are in politics or our local, state, and federal government start talking about the truth. And what I mean by the truth is I'm not talking about whether vaccinations and unvaccinated, all that type of stuff. I'm talking about the truth of the place that fitness is going to play in the coming months and years to come when it deals with COVID. So I had a conversation with a couple of our attorneys yesterday, and there's lots of lawsuits coming, guys. And I mean a lot. All right, whether it's going to be coming from nurses, it's going to be coming from parents when it comes to the schools and masks, gyms and restaurants, billiards, and everybody has different attorneys and everybody has a different way of going at this. Some are going to go from a human rights standpoint, some are going to go from a constitutional standpoint. Injunctions are going to be in, so we're going to be having a lot of this over the next, couple of months, I guess, as it gets worse and worse. So, and that's all great, because it has to come from everywhere. But all those things, I don't want to say that it's just noise and we're not getting anywhere, but it's necessary, but it's not doing the industry or doing all of us any good. It's dividing us. It's creating more anger. It's creating dissension between other business owners. The Hospitality Alliance today came out and publicly backed the vaccination mandates, which obviously isn't a good example of the restaurants, because the restaurants, as far as what we know, don't want it, but they did it anyway. So you need those groups, and we need these attorneys. And the United States Fitness Coalition, of course, will be doing that, right? We're backing everybody. We are not in favor of these vaccination mandates. We don't think that they're necessary. We think it's an overreach. And it's a fine line between now and where does it stop? I mean, is everybody comfortable if they come and knocking on your door and hold you down and give you the shot? So, all these things are happening, but it doesn't help our industry. So I kind of want to talk about our industry, and I want to talk about fitness in general. So with fitness in general, we have never talked about the truth in a broader sense. People have mentioned it, and we continue to mention it, but it doesn't come from the top down from our politicians. And the fact is that 78% of COVID-related deaths, it was from obesity. It was from not being healthy. It was from not taking care of ourselves. It was from relying on a pill. It was from lack of exercise and proper nutrition. We need to speak about this nonstop. Okay, we need to be talking to our members. We need to be talking to potential members. We need to be talking to local politicians. We need to be talking to politicians on the state level and on the federal level. Fitness has to matter and play into this. Whether or not you're going to get the vaccine, some of us will, some of us won't. Whether or not injunctions win, it doesn't change the fact that COVID is here to stay, but it also doesn't change the fact that before COVID, we just weren't healthy, and we weren't taking care of ourselves, and we didn't put enough emphasis on self, family, overall health, and it became to a point where you can't say certain things. You couldn't talk about, the unhealthiness of Americans, but it's the truth, and we need to start speaking about the truth, that people need to come to fitness facilities and fitness professionals and start to take a better handle on themselves and feel good about themselves, or just start to feel healthier through help. We all need help at some point, but we need to start to have these conversations, because if we were healthier, if we were more fit, if we took our personal well-being into consideration and we did all these things and did it through exercise, proper nutrition, and we did that, it's not to say that people wouldn't have gotten sick. It's not to say that people wouldn't have died. Of course they would have. But it would have been far less. So, if we want to go for the vaccine to minimize our chances, really the long-term goal here is to start taking care of yourself and start taking care of your families and spreading that message. And that's really what we need, and that's what we need to do. And that's going to be the main message of the United States Fitness Coalition as we go forward talking to politicians and being down in DC. And that's going to be that fitness has to be first. It's got to be here. It can't be down here where we will put, in some sort of recreation. We were walked on. People lied about the industry. Our politicians did that. They made us sound like we were dirty. We weren't professional. We didn't deserve to be open. We didn't deserve the right to be considered an essential or professional service. And then as time went on and evidence came out to the contrary, those words were taken back, but the damage was already done. And now we need to build up, and we need to build up as an industry. And the truth is, that is something that we can all unify on. That is something that we can all come together on. Forget about the division that's happening, between gym owners who are saying, yes, we're for vaccines, and gym owners who are saying that we're not. And forget it. There's one thing that we all can come together on and that we need to. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be making the truth an initiative. The truth about what fitness really means, what it does, what we stand for, and how we can help. We're going to be doing that through means of media, PR, and speaking with our local politicians and getting to our politicians on a federal level. We're going to be doing that with promoting our fitness apprenticeship program, which is the first in the country. And that's to get us to that essential and professional status. We're going to make fitness a real career choice for those who maybe they're getting out of high school and don't have a plan, or they're looking for an education but don't want to go to college and they want to be in this industry. We're going to make it so that it's available to them. We're going to make it so that we do this through the state and through certain funding. And we're going to give people a real career path in our industry that's recognized by the state and the Department of Labor, so that people can start to get into this industry and have a path forward and not just use it as, something that they do on the side. And this is something that we can all do. And I think that this is where positively we can change our focus. But we all have to start speaking honestly and openly about what we do, and how we can help, and start using the terms and words and things that, brought us to this point. So that's going to be our initiative as we go forward. We'll, of course, be advocating for everybody, and we'll be fighting all that. Lawsuits were filed on Tuesday. Injunctions are put in, set to be heard on September 10th. But regardless of whether we win, we lose, whether or not Governor Cuomo's mandates stay in for the healthcare professionals, whether those lawsuits win or lose, the fact remains that our industry needs something, and it needs something positive. And we need to find a way and a message that we can move forward and start to get the backing that we need and start to bring this industry back up and save as many gym owners as we can. But that's how we need to do it, instead of being so divided on what we're doing. Lobbying is great. Lawsuits are great. Letters are great. They all play into it, but we need to start to have a bigger voice, and that's going to be something that we're going to do moving forward. So we hope that you all participate, you all join the United States Fitness Coalition. You help us along the way so that we can do all these things. Leave some comments down there on how ways that you think we can do that, but that's got to be the message, to start speaking the truth about what's going on, start talking about the truth about fitness and why we need to be involved in all these conversations, not just between our members, but on the local level and state level and federal level. All right, guys, hang in there. We'll keep you posted when we know things. Like I said, lawsuits were filed on Tuesday, and we'll keep you posted as the weeks go on. Good luck.